Yeah, in the next part, we look at multi-level modeling with MLT Telos. That is a power type-based multi-level modeling approach, at, a bit newer than the DDI. It's more integrated into the axioms defining the Telos data model. It reuses a lot of the constructs of Telos, like instantiation and specializations, are just like with the original Telos. It does not have levels or potencies with attributes. So in a way, all the attributes and relationship at the class level have the potency 1, 1. Source and target potency equals 1. So we directly instantiate both sides. Look at the serial number of product here. We have one instance of that. That is the serial number of my car 124. And you see that is an instance of that. So my car 124 is an instance of product. Let's see whether this is also visible here. Yep. So it's an instance of product. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is an instance of numeric value. Number of doors is defined for the subclass car, and it's a numeric value, and we have one instance here. Yeah, the counterpart for potencies in a power type based approach is a power type relation. So you should view the combination of product type and product to be one complex object. So product type is formally a meta class, and it's the power type of product. The power type construct means that an instance of the power type is a subclass of the class that is pointed to by the power type of relation, which is product. These are always sequences, so no hierarchies. It's just a sequence. Could be more than 2 classes in this sequence, but this is just 2. So we define the serial number at the right level of this sequence. So previously we had defined that with product type, but we have to instantiate that just once. So we define it at the simple class level here, level 1 instead of the level 2. But then we have the same capabilities. Every instance of product can use serial number. So we only have to define this sequence once, and then whenever we define an instance of product type, we can use serial number. So we only define that once. So every instance of product type will be a subclass of product. So every instance of this subclass will also be an instance of product. Yeah, number of doors then can be simply defined with car. Yeah, that's about it. Let's look at the source code. Now, product type is defined to be the power type of product. These are some generated formulas that we have a look at later. For the moment, we don't have to bother with them. So that would be the definition of product type. When we define product, again, let's remove this here. A product is an instance of type that is a predefined construct of MLT Telos. And there we define just the serial number. A numeric value, we can see that is also just an instance of type. When we define my car 124, then we use the same mechanism as for for a regular Telos definition. We can use serial number because it's an instance of product, and we can use number of doors because this is an instance of car. Individual is another construct of MLT Telos. That means it is an object that has no instances, that cannot have any instances. Yeah, we'll have a look at the extension with mobile phone for this. Yeah, so this is an extended diagram where the right side is exactly like before. This one here, and we extend it by mobile phone. So we define mobile phone as an instance of product type. Then this specialization is derived by MLT Telos. So mobile phone is a derived subclass of product, just like car is a derived subclass of product. Now we can instantiate mobile phone, like for example by my phone, and give it a serial number. So my phone is an instance of mobile phone, and since it's a subclass of product, it's also an instance of product. So we can use serial number. So this is an instance of the serial number attribute of product. So we only have to define serial number once, and all instances of product type will be able to use serial number. Let's have a look at the source code. So my phone is just defined as you expect. We can use serial number because it's an instance of product as explained before. Let's have a look at mobile phone. So mobile phone is just a type. That means a class that can have instances. And it's an instance of product type. So then it's a derived subclass of product. Yeah, that's about it. In the next part, we will have a look at the rules and constraints of MLT Telos and how partial evaluation creates efficient representations of these rules and constraints.